Hallo, ich bin Jana Widowild, Unternehmerin, Business-Pilgerin und Marketing-Expertin. Heute bin ich im Interview mit Tracy in Wongamomona in der Mitte von Neuseeland. Und ich schwenke jetzt auf Englisch, weil sie wird gleich selbst erzählen, wer sie ist. So. You are Tracy, and be so kind and introduce yourself, because I found her in a very, very, very little shop with beautiful things imported from New Zealand. Why? You know, I am in New Zealand right now, but today I'm not in New Zealand. I'm in
Wongamomona. And sometimes the local people just say Wonga. Because
okay.
it's easier.
Easier, yes, it is.
We are on State Highway 43, which is called the Forgotten World Highway, because many people lived out here in times gone by and were not able to stay here because it is very remote. It's cold in the winter. There is no snow. But this road links the mountains in the middle of the island that do have snow for people for skiing, and Mount Taranaki, which also people like to go to. It's very beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And I read about this is an independent republic. Therefore, you are an importer of New Zealand goods.
Well, that's true.
Please tell me more about this story.
That's why we say that at the moment you're not really in New Zealand, and so you need to buy a passport from us to get out, or get your passport stamped, which isn't really true. But 30 years ago, the local council wanted to change the name of our surrounding area. It was moving a border around which way our rivers flow into another body of water. And long story short, we did not want to change. So the people at the time said that this is terrible that they've asked us to do that. And now we're not even going to be in New Zealand. We're going to be our own little country.
How many inhabitants? It's not very much.
It changes. So they say here right in the town, maybe 12 actual residents. But I know that our postman, he delivers to 100. We say 150 people, 80 letter boxes.
Okay.
And that seems...
It's the whole area.
Yeah, the whole area. So this is the home of the Republic, we say it's the whole area.
Yeah.
And we fundraise to make money for the local school. Mako School does well. And
I saw it, yeah.
That's right. And we have a celebration every 2 years where we have people, they race their sheep down the main street. And we have music and lots of people selling things.
This next festival is next year, or
yes, so
21.
Yes,
okay.
It's the third weekend in January.
Okay, so good to know. Maybe someone from Germany will come here.
Maybe they will get elected to be president.
Wow! And there's the next election.
Oh yes.
Every 2 years.
Yep, you write out your vote and you drop it. Am I allowed to say you drop it in a toilet? It's an old toilet.
Really?
Made to be the voting
it's
ballot
really crazy.
box. Yeah.
But please tell me more about your shop. I bought here beautiful things, and you have to come here.
Yeah, well, the little shop, the building was falling down. It was so old. It was built in 1904, which is not old in European standards, but in New Zealand, it's quite old. It's a wooden building. It needed to be reclad and re-roofed. Really, it would have been easier to knock it down and start again, but we loved it too much to do that.
Yeah, okay.
And it comes with this old building next door, which is the garage. But many years ago, it was a livery stable for horses to have new shoes put on. So livery stable, blacksmith lived here in this house with his, I hear that there were 6 children.
Oh.
And it's only very small.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and we put this old telephone box we brought down from Auckland.
Great story.
Yeah, that was in my father's garden for maybe 20 years.
Oh.
And it used to be those telephone boxes were everywhere.
Cool.
Yeah.
Um,
and I like to have things that are made by New Zealanders as much as possible. We have many Kiwis making lovely things and older ladies doing lovely knitting in the old styles of clever stitching and spinning and dyeing wool. Yeah.
And what is your, you know, I told you that I'm like marketing consultant in Germany, and I always I am collecting smart marketing ideas. So what do you do to serve your clients, to make your clients happy?
I be open. I do not advertise on Facebook. Either you will come in or you won't. And people like to see my sign, and they like to see someone that can answer their questions. So I get the same questions many, many, many times, but I answer them as if it's just the first time they have asked.
Really?
Sometimes I get upset about things that are happening that people don't understand, when they wonder why the trees on the hill are dying. And I'd like to say that it has been a bushfire, but no, they have been sprayed, and that's sad. And so that we'll talk more about some of the things the government's doing here that's not so good. And I'm honest, so I be straight up. And really, when someone comes into the shop, it's no good to say, "Can I help you?"
Yeah,
I just go,
it's true.
I just sort of let them look. Maybe I ask where they're traveling. Often we'll talk about the weather, but it's not about, if somebody buys something, that's great. But if they don't, that's okay as well.
So it's the recipe, when I can call it like, it's to have honest interest, or be honestly interest in the other person.
Yes, and sometimes I am. So I get a little bit upset if people come in and take photos without asking. And sometimes I think, try to be quiet. And then sometimes I just say, "Excuse me, are you going to buy that?" And they go, "Oh no, I'm just taking a photo." And I say, "Really?"
Okay. It's not very friendly.
So sometimes it's about a little lesson for people in the effect they have on what's around them. Yeah. So I'm old enough. I'm 57, and I have twin boys who, if I hadn't been firm, might not have grown up to be nice young men. So sometimes and people can go. They don't have to, that it is how it is.
I understand. And what is the thing you love most about this place? And what is it for you?
Yeah. For me, it was driving in on these roads, the challenge of driving into the countryside. I love to think that I could have a house with no close neighbours. Yeah. I'm not scared of being on my own. I'm careful. I wouldn't take a risk, but I just love the countryside. I love that sometimes you'll see horses run across the top up there. They're not wild, but they're free. It's about not living in the city, about cars and the way the world's going. I'm not a real hippie, but I do appreciate being able to see the stars at night, because there's no natural light.
And the stars are beautiful here.
But there's no light interfering.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it is. I think I was born in the wrong century. I could have been here 100 years ago,
Oh.
I think, and been quite happy. And would have had to work hard, but I think I can do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Tracy, I thank you very much for your spontaneous interview and thank you very much.
Oh, thank you for being so interested.
Ihr Lieben, ich übersetze euch das auch und gebe das in 1 oder 2 Wochen rein, so dass ihr das auch nochmal nachlesen könnt, wenn ihr nicht alles verstanden habt. Ansonsten kommt nach Neuseeland, come to New Zealand and to the Republic of Momona.
On the Forgotten World Highway.
Yeah, the Forgotten World Highway. It's the Highway 43. Du hast bis hierher gehört. Vielen, vielen Dank. Es scheint mir, dass du ein echter Langzeitpilger bist und du gleich bis Santiago de Compostela durchlaufen kannst. Nee, ist natürlich Spaß. Ich freue mich einfach, dass du da bist. Wenn du mehr möchtest, dann check doch mal unsere Webseite www.wieduwillt-kommunikation.de. Hol dir unsere Inspirationen, Ideen und Marketing, Vorschläge oder auch Beispiele auf unserem Blog. Das ist mein Geschenk an dich. Du musst dich nirgends eintragen, ist alles komplett für dich vorbereitet. Und wenn du mal in echt mit mir pilgern möchtest, also so richtig mit Wanderschuhen und windfester Jacke, dann bewirb dich bitte. Entweder auf unserer Webseite, da ist ein Formular, oder du checkst einfach meine Social-Media-Kanäle Jana wie du willt und wie du willt Kommunikation auf LinkedIn. Da erreichst du mich auf jeden Fall recht schnell. Also ich freue mich total, wenn wir beide gemeinsam pilgern gehen. Und ich bin echt gespannt, wie wir dein Marketing aufs nächste Level bringen. Sei ganz lieb gegrüßt. Bis bald. Buen Camino und danke. Deine Jana.